Good evening to everyone and welcome back to the Mancunian Way, where tonight we expect a lot calmer stream. Not going to be 400 people on tonight wanting to wind us all up. So yeah, welcome to the channel. Good evening to everyone. Alan, good evening.
Good morning. It is in Melbourne, so yeah, all good. I'll be going to the tennis later on, so having a trip out, that'll be good.
Alan loves to see balls going back and forth.
I know. Exactly.
Anyway, good evening to everyone within the chat. You are all very much welcome. Sean's in, Larissa crap, but trust him to play a blinder. Come on, Sean, let's have a bit of positivity, mate. You got featured in a highlight video. I did hear, I've not seen. If you can send me the link, FIFA, I'd love to know what video I'm in now. I always end up somewhere. Powder Oaks, no KDB. No, we will talk about that. No KDB in training today. Alec Johnson, Good evening, mate. How are you? Michael Feeney's in the house. Yeah, there you go. Please share it. Hit that subscribe. Charlie Wolves, no end product. We should be fine on Sunday. I'm not guessing any City results anymore. Did you, Charlie? Nice when I asked him to put a clue, and he did. Good evening, gents. Hello, Brian Gardner. How are you? No, I'm not praising Alan. Good evening, Cheryl. Hope you are well. They're still annoyed by the United result. Yeah, 4 days on, and I'm still peeved. I'm not.
I've got a Dave, a friend of mine from Whitefield in Manchester. He's over here watching the Aussie Open tennis tournament. He's a season ticket holder at City, so he unfortunately watched the derby on the plane on the way across over here. So he might jump in and just have a few words about the predictions for the game on Friday morning here, Thursday night there.
Hello, Big Morgan. Hope you are well, buddy. Yeah, you can do if you want, mate. Hello, Ray Fernley. How are you, buddy? Good to see Alan back. Well, someone's got to like him. Respect Alan. Alan is a legend.
Oh, Dave. You want to steal the Coca-Cola, Martin?
Yeah, thank you, my dietary doctor over there. You're not on the crumpets. Anyway, swiftly moving on.
I'm not. I've got any.
Manchester City are back in action. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of a rant about this tonight because I'm a little bit peeved off.
About what?
Because I don't understand how we can be playing Thursday night at 8 o'clock and then we roll out on Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Unfortunately, this is what we've got to do now to the end of the season. It's crazy. I know. I agree with you.
It's a joke. Sorry, completely not a joke. But hey-ho, there's not a lot you can do. We have to get on with it. Vater's just joined us. He's throwing his headset around. Don't treat your headset like that, mate. Come on now. Give me the thumbs up, but he's throwing his headset around.
Everything's all over the place, man.
You all right, mate?
I'm all right. Happy to be here. How you doing, Alan?
I'm all right. How's sunny Canada? Is it snowing? Is it snowing like Manchester?
It is not sunny at all. It's very foggy. London fog type effects over here.
Yeah, we haven't got fog. We've just got snow. And apparently it's going to snow for the next 6-7 hours. Well, we're all in dream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that'll be fun for everyone getting to work and school in the morning.
Good luck. I think the last time it snowed heavy, didn't they cancel school?
Yeah, they canceled the game, didn't they?
We are. This is meant to be the worst snow we've had in a decade coming this week.
So the game might be cancelled tomorrow then.
No, because City. Well, we'll see. The roads hopefully should be fine, but we'll find out. Anyway, good evening to the king of the Mancunian Way. Oh God, Christ!
Yeah, well there you go. You see, Martin. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much, FIFA. I'll grab that. If you can DM me that as well, mate, that'd be good. Fixture times are stupid. They're very stupid. That's Fulham had to do last week, man. Thursday. Yeah, I know. I just don't. I think it's crap. I want to see our best team put out for Spurs and an alternative 11 for the FA Cup. Well, it's not so much the FA Cup, Neil. We've got 2 league games. Now, the first one is obviously Thursday night, 8 p.m. Good old Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, God.
Hey, Tom, how are you feeling about it? What are your initial thoughts? Tottenham, 2 struggling teams, both coming off a derby defeat.
I'm stressed. I'm really stressed. We've had 2 losses on the bounce. And we're now playing against a team that got 2 really good results against us last season. So yeah, I'm a little nervy, I'll be honest with you. I've got Wednesday to kind of think about it, and then obviously Thursday for match day. But I'm nervous, man. And then I'm seeing whispers, or I don't know how true it is, about players possibly not being available for Thursday's game because they weren't seen in practice today. KDB being that name, I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, man, I'm not feeling good. I'll be honest with you.
Alan?
I'm a bit unsure as well. I'll be honest with you, a bit nervous because the team that we really don't do well against is Tottenham, and they set up really well against us, playing that counter-attack football, and I've done it so many times. Which, to be fair, that's our weak point. I hate to say it, if they score a bit first, we could be struggling here because they'll just sit back.
It's going to be a nervy game. It is going to be a nervy game.
We need to win big time. Need to win.
Okay.
We have to win.
I get it. We lost both games last year. Looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The last 10 we won 4, drawn 1, lost 1, 4, drawn 1, lost 5. Is the so it's probably a little bit of each of their own thing, you know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really not upset with the first loss that we had at the start of the season. The 1-0 didn't really. I mean, I was irked by it. Like it sucked to have to start things off that way. But what's really in my mind is Conte as manager, how he'll set them up, and the result that they got against us. Like that 3-2. It bothers me, man. It bothers me so much.
Good evening, Sahib. How are you, mate? We have the World Cup to fit in during. Yeah, it is. Do you know what? We'll get into it. I mean, obviously, today the news broke. No KDB in training. But there was some good news. Diaz and Stones were back. Training today. Now, I'm not saying they're obviously going to wheel out Thursday night. I'm not going to say that. But are you expecting, Alan, are you expecting a major change in lineup on Thursday night?
Not particularly. I'm not so sure, obviously, if KDB's fit or not, because he didn't make training today. I saw that. And, I think we should go with the same lineup and maybe drop Foden and put Grealish in there, because Foden's not playing well. We all agree on that one. But I'd go with the same lineup. And I'm hoping they've been in training, trying to work out the problems, because they have got problems creating opportunities big time. I'm hoping they've been in training every single day to try and work that out and focus on it. Because if we create chances, we'll win games. It ain't going to be easy against Tottenham. They always seem to set up and drive us nuts in defending, and Conte will play spoiling tactics, which I think they will. So, but at the end of the day, we need to win, and there can be no other result. A draw, forget it. Loss, forget it. We lose, I think we forget about
all right. Are we at a must-win every single game here, then?
I think we need to go on a 10-win winning streak and see where we are after that. We need to win the next 10 games in the league, not cups, in the league, and then see where we are then. But there can be no more excuses. No more excuses.
Martin, he's right. I was saying I said that the derby was a must win. We didn't get a win. So using that same logic, I have to say this is a must win because we didn't have it. We didn't have it last week. This is a must win, and it's a must win for many reasons. We have to put to rest these bogey teams that have kind of bothered us. And I was so happy that Pep took care of Chelsea last season when they messed us up the season prior. I want to see the same thing. I want to see he's put in some thought. He knows the right 11 to deal with Conte, how he's going to set up and get a result. I need. It's like when you've eaten something that just tastes horrible. You had some bad food and it's bad. I need something to like get this bad taste out of my mouth, and a win is like mouthwash. That's what it is. I need this win. I need things to be clean and fresh again.
Okay. I mean, I would probably say yes. It is probably a must-win Thursday. And do you know what? Not for the title race for me, to get confidence back. Because now, listen, I think when Pep says the title's gone, I think you got to look at that with a bit of pinch of salt. Mancini said the exact same thing when we were 8 points behind with 5 games to go, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
It was always, the title's gone. And, you know.
The thing is, Martin, I'm more concerned with our performances. And at the moment, our performances are not to what our standard is. With the players we've got, nowhere near the standard. That is what concerns me. If we can get our performances right, nice.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You see, I've watched the derby back now a couple of times.
Oh, I can't watch that one again.
No, I have. I've sort of
watched
skipped over the offside bit because I don't want to go through that again. But I've literally watched it and I thought second half wasn't that bad. I watched that second half and I think,
well, mate, but how many chances did we create?
But I think, Alan, that's not something that's going to be rectified in one game.
Well, it's rectified on the practice ground.
No, but it's not just going to be rectified in 5 minutes. That's just going to take time. There'll be games where we score a lot. There'll be games when we don't create a lot. That's just where we're at the moment. We're in that situation.
Martin, we haven't got time to mess around anymore. We've got to get this right.
So no one's going to get it right.
You've just said to all of us, we've got 2 games in 4 or 5 days, 4 days, right? So we've got games every 3 days. We ain't got time to wait for 10 games before they get it right.
What do you mean by we haven't got time not to get it right? In what respect?
Well, in the way we start playing the game and start creating opportunities, right, is key for us. The way we play, all right. We can't rely on our defense to stay stable and keep clean sheets. So we have to. We can't. The evidence is in the results this season. Yeah, we've got to start scoring goals, and to do that, we've got to create opportunities. Haaland was starved of the ball for the last 2 games, or last 3 games actually, and it's not acceptable.
Yeah, I know Patrick joined us. What up?
How you doing, guys? How you doing?
All right. What do you think? I mean, is Alan right? We haven't got time to start figuring it out.
I am with Alan. The reason why I'm with Alan on this is because the team that was creating all those chances all of a sudden cannot just start not creating a lot of chances. The team has it in them. You know what I mean? There's Gundogan, there's Bernardo Silva, there's Jack. Jack had the top assist at Aston Villa. There's Riyad Mahrez who had the top assist at Leicester City. We're talking about players who are creators here. So I'm pretty sure that's what Pep wanted. Remember that time when I was talking about certain type of players, some direct wingers, they all usually have more goals than assists. So he's got people who are creators in this team. And Alan is right. We don't have time. Unfortunately, if this team never created in the past, like under Pep, I would say, no, Alan is wrong. But Alan is right. This team knows how to create. They just have to do it. It's just the fact that when they get there, when Haaland is making runs, there's a video here done by some guy who does tactics. I like watching him. I learned a few things from him. It's very good. He showed about 15 times within the Southampton game within even a few games that we haven't done well, where Haaland makes a run and our player can play him through, and they decide to throw it to the wings and hold on to the ball and recycle it again. Then he showed me. He also showed a clip of Haaland when he first came here, when we were all complaining. Remember the Liverpool game, the league game, the Community Shield game? We're like, oh, he was making runs, nobody could find him. Then he showed games where City started finding him in West Ham, and the few goals where he started scoring. So, like, it's quite funny that now they're back to the first thing when he first came here, where they don't pass the ball when he makes a run. So, Aaron is right. We, unfortunately, the status or where this team is right now, it doesn't have time anymore to say, oh, let's give them a week. But Man City, one of the big teams in England, it's different. I don't think we're going to sit down and say, oh, let these players have 10 games before they start creating. If only we were Crystal Palace, I would understand, or Southampton. But we are Man City, and we have got one of the best creators in the game. So I don't know. That's where I agree with Alan. And Alan is right. We don't really have time, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's all because it's the fixture list, mate. The way the pictures are. You know, I think Pep would love a week where we don't have a game, and he can get the training ground and sort this problem out.
What do you mean by we don't have time to get it right? In what sense? This is what I'm trying to get to. Are we going down the road of we have to win the title then?
No, I'm not saying that, but we need to.
No. The games keep coming thick and fast.
When we roll out this thing of we don't have time to get it right, you're putting pressure on things then.
Well, unfortunately, the professionals, mate, so there's pressure full time.
So, okay, Alan, you perform 100% every day in your job.
No, I don't. But what I'm saying to you is, our form has been poor for just before the World Cup, in my opinion. Right? We're not creating a lot of chances. At the most, we've had, I think it's about the last 6 games, we've only hit 8.
One shot.
But how many games have we had 22 shots and scored 2 goals?
Yeah, but that's what we should be doing. Yeah, but we should be having more shots, and we're not. We're not. We had.
Said on Thursday
Martin, we had 60-70% possession against United.
Right.
One shot. Is that acceptable? One shot.
At the time, we were 1-0 up. Yeah.
I think.
No, this is the point. No, we were 1-0 up. We were.
Martin, that was one shot on target, though. That was one shot on target after 67%.
At the end of the game, if we're 1-0 up, we win that game 1-0. Do you all say at the end of the game we only had 1 shot on target?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would be something that's very questioning. It would be questioning.
See, I go back to
what
the great Brian Clough said. Don't care if you have possession for 90% of the game. If we go up the other end and have 1 shot and we win the goal 1-0, that's the only stat that matters.
Yeah, but that's the issue with City. City keeps the ball more. Like Martin, there's teams out there who keep the ball, but they will still go and try put it in the back of the net. City will keep the ball as if they're going for a draw. That's what the issue is. Like, I want you to watch the games, Martin. They're getting to the other side of the other team, and guess what they're doing? They're recycling the ball and passing it back.
No, we've always passed backwards. This thing of passing backwards is not new.
The problem is...
No, I think... Okay.
Hang on. The problem
but the thing is this.
Patrick. Hang on. The problem is, Martin, when we pass the ball so slowly, which we've been doing recently, we fail to create anything, right? When we pass the ball quicker from even across the back 4, and we start moving the ball really, really well, quickly, we have the opportunities to create. And we're only doing it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes in a game when we do that speed. That's my issue. Okay? That's my issue. There is a problem there. And even you've got to admit that.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying we don't have time to figure it out.
Well, we only have 2 or 3 days in between games. How is Pep going to solve it on the practice ground?
But this is no, you're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying there. I think you misunderstood what I'm saying.
If we're going to challenge, Martin, if we're going to challenge, we got to get on with it.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing. We're back to we must challenge. We must win the trophy.
No,
but they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
There's a difference between challenging and attempting to
Sounding
win.
like United fans a little bit.
No.
It is. It is. We must be challenging else.
No, but okay, all right. Maybe we aren't phrasing it correctly. But what we're stressing is our playing form.
Maybe top four. We have to say top four, maybe.
What? What'd you say, Patrick?
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying maybe he wants us to say top four. To even get top four, we have to start creating chances.
No. See, I'm not even going.
The baby's going out with the bathwater again.
I'm not going cause and effect. I'm not going cause and effect. But what I do want to say is, and I asked this question post match, I believe to Carl and Martin. The coaches, the managers in the mix. Is it easier to coach after a win or coach after a loss? Both of them, without hesitation, said it's easier to coach after a loss. Now, what we've seen with regards to these last few matches with regards to Haaland is he's been making those runs. We have not been making the passes. It seems like the only person with the confidence to kind of put that ball in the mix is KDB, whereas in the past, it was Gundo trying to get that ball in. It was Silva, it was Cancelo. It seems like everyone's been just reverting to KDB, you be the creative one. We can't have that be the case. And also, to what Patrick first said earlier, we all saw this. Haaland's dropping back. Haaland's making runs. No one's even attempting it. No one's trying to reward the big guy for making that type of run. So that needs to change first and foremost. But this, we need to challenge. That's not what Alan's saying. I'm at least that's not how I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. We need to improve on this form, and we can't say we'll fix it next game. We can't say it'll happen. They need to fix their form because it's so evident with what they're not doing properly, not doing right. And your first question, is it a must win? Yes, it's a must win. We've lost.
No, I agree it's a must win, but mine's more for confidence.
No, it's a must win. Okay, it's a must win to include confidence, but it's a must win because it's been 2 losses on the bounce.
Yeah, but that's what I mean for confidence. The people say I don't like. Listen, I keep saying this. It is Liverpool have spent money and got a squad. Chelsea have spent God knows where and got a squad. What I'm trying to say is, are we going down this road of? I said this the other day, and this is what people mean. This is what me and Rich were trying to get at the other day, and it's all opinions. I totally get that. It is. Are we going down a road? We've always moaned City haven't got a plan B. Pep hasn't got a plan B. And we've always said it, because I've been on streams when we've done it, not Steer and others, where we've gone, do you know what? I'd like to win ugly now and again. Why can't we win ugly? Why have we always got to play pretty little clever football? And then sometimes when we get down the ugly road, we then got to tell you what, we're not playing sexy football here. What's going on? And I think that's just a fan perspective.
I accept that we're winning in ugly, but we're not going to win ugly unless we keep playing shades. And at the moment,
what I'm saying is, the personnel has not changed from the derby.
But we're not even winning ugly, though.
We're not even
been playing ugly the last 2 matches.
We can't win ugly.
Can I ask Martin something?
I think we'd have won on Sunday had it been for that decision.
Yeah, can I ask you something, Martin? Because I think I haven't asked you. Maybe you said it in another stream. Because I don't see the angle you're going. So I want to understand your angle. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, Martin, I don't think you would like us to go forward into this Spurs game and come with 0 shots again and 1 shot. I'm pretty sure you're going to be raised in your face. So let me ask you. No, I have a question to ask you. What exactly do you want from this Spurs game yourself, personally? Forget us. Don't listen. Forget me, Ireland, and better. Yeah. Just you. What exactly do you want to see?
I 100% want to win. I want a good performance. Listen, I know right now we have not got the players to play this sexy, incredible football. We haven't got it. There isn't just this thing overnight where we just get Haaland to suddenly get interacting with everyone. And we haven't got it. Here's the thing that I noticed there. Everyone said, Oliver, play Alvarez. Play Alvarez. I agreed with the Alvarez thing to play him as a false 9 to let him interchange from right, centre, left. Then he played at Southampton. He did the exact same thing Haaland did. So I don't think it's a personnel issue. This is what I'm saying. It's a formation issue with Pep because it's all back to control. It's all control. It's all about this word control, ball retention, ball possession.
We're not doing that either. How many times
because we've got Alan. You look at the possession of everything.
I rewatched the game, right, and we gave the ball away so many times again.
Thank you. Thank you.
We gave the ball away so many times. Even their first goal, Cancelo lost the ball halfway up the pitch again, and we get caught on the counter again. You know, we've got problems, and you know, and I'm hoping tomorrow, Thursday morning when I'm Thursday morning when I'm with City, get it right. We can still, we you know, at the end of the day, if we don't start winning games, then you can forget challenging.
But
and you know what?
Maybe I've accepted we're in a transition period. Maybe it's me.
Maybe we are.
It's just, I think I get Martin what you're saying, but Alan is like I'm against a lot of Alan stuff this time because looking at it is as I told you, Martin, I said it in my first videos of the season. I was like, yes, we won against West Ham, but there's a lot of missed passes, and we were getting lucky. Remember Fulham, Martin? We all said we are lucky. The Fulham game, we were lucky. Let's admit it. It's just somehow simple passes. Alan is right. Simple passes that are simple. We're not talking about incredible hit it over the top or loop it like trying to. It's simple passes. I remember there was a time when De Bruyne, Rodri, and somebody made a triangle at the not in this game, one of the games. Was it Everton or whatever? They couldn't give each other just a simple pass where they're just close to each other. It's as if I don't know who it was, De Bruyne or somebody just left it, like just kicked it in a way like, there you go, there, it's yours. So I was like, that's the identity of City. That's the identity of Pep. Because Pep's identity is you do those passes well, you pass each other close because you don't want the opposition to get the ball away from you. He explained this with Ferdinand. It's like, I like simple passes close to each other. In that way, we don't make a lot of mistakes. Yes, he's attempted Hollywood passes, but the thing is, the simple passes, even our midfielders can make them. The only midfielder that seems to be passing and doing very well is Rodri. I don't know if you agree with me. He seems to be always stepping up in every game, but the rest seem to have lost their passing skills. Bernardo Silva, I don't know, maybe I'm just being bad. Bernardo Silva was always the guy we thought, we always hyped that he keeps the ball, bubblegum. Even his bubblegum is gone out of his boots. Like, there was times where...
This is my point what Nige Thompson says. I think we're just going to forget about the title for now. Focus on getting our confidence back and then see where we go from there.
I think that's where everybody wants.
I think some people are focusing too much on this title race. There's too much focus on a title race. And at the minute, we have our own little issues that we need to sort out. They may not get sorted out now. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying I don't get that we don't have time to fix it. Well, maybe we just have to bite the bullet this year. I'm not saying give it up, but what I'm saying is we might just have to bite the bullet. We're not going to go out in January and splash the cash. Forget that.
Martin, no one's saying that. And if City don't win the league, I'm still going to support City. If City finish sixth, I'm still going to support City. If we get relegated, I'm still going to support City. But with the expectations now, which have changed, okay, it'll be very disappointing and a failure if we finish outside the top four. And the way we're playing,
fans have got now to complain about.
But we haven't. We've won 4 titles out of 5 years.
But you're complaining.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, but Martin,
that's what I'm saying.
Alan is right. Martin, Alan is right.
We're concerned, Martin. We're not complaining. We are concerned.
This is what I'm trying to. I'm trying to find out what the concern is. Listen, I'm not trying to be things. I'm trying to find out what the concern is, because until we get to the summer, we can't do anything.
Yeah, we can, but I think these players are good enough to get back their boots. You know, I mean, that's why everybody's giving them time. But
Martin, some of them are coming to the end.
Yeah, right? I know, but I think Martin, you see, Alan said there's a difference now. This is the thing. You sometimes look at your team in the world, like right now, and the issue with City right now is it's a team that it's no longer that, oh, if we finish sixth, we're all smiling. Yes, we're going to still support the team, but I'm pretty sure you finish sixth with City right now with Pep Guardiola and what we have. I'm pretty sure there'll be question marks. You'll be like, what went wrong? Let's just see what we're going to do next year. But what went wrong exactly for City to all of a sudden the 4 times champion? That's when maybe we sit down as we do these YouTube videos and analyze that. How did Man City, the champions of England, end up on 6th now? Obviously, it happened to United. Let's say it's gone through history. But it's just that the club gets run better than United right now, let's be honest. United sort of said, Fergie is gone. Let's just throw money at anybody and just bring whoever. But I'm just saying, I think the team needs to fix it, and it's going to be fixed on the ground. It can be fixed in training, because in training, Haaland can make those runs and you can put him through on goal and he scores. But if you don't do it on the pitch, so Haaland is right. Within these games, we have to see at least an improvement. Look, to be honest with you, let me even drop this. I would be willing to lose 3-0 on Thursday. 3-0. Son, 2 goals. Kane, 1 goal. Dagger. We are all in tears. As long as it comes in that there was a performance, and then you see there's a better performance, and the players had at least, you can see an improvement on the shots on goal, you can see an improvement on something else. It's just that right now you're like, where is that City that was creating 20 and then missing all of them? And we used to say, oh, at least they scored 5, at least they scored 3 or 1, at least create something. The creation is gone. And now the worst thing I've noticed is, I don't know if you've noticed this, if De Bruyne doesn't create, nobody does.
But that's been the case all season, Pat.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. It's only Bernardo Silva who's behind him with 5 assists and Haaland with 3.
This is part of the reason, Pat. KDB's gone off the boil. It's no coincidence KDB's gone off the boil and Haaland stopped scoring.
Is he injured, by the way? Because he didn't train, did he?
No, we don't know.
Might be sick. Might be sick.
We just know he's not trained. And this is all I mean at the minute. Well, when I'm telling people, I'm not saying, listen, everyone has a right to criticise. But what I'm saying is, there's a dip, because what I hear from some fans is, we've got to win tomorrow, we've got to win on Thursday, and we've got to win well. And it's like, to me, that's, so we can't just win games now. We've got to play sexy football and score 2 or 3 and 4. Just see this is where I'm going with it.
I'm not on the same. So I'm not with that. I'm looking at I want to see the plan A, I want to see the plan B, I want to see the plan C. I want to see us, if it's going through Haaland, then let's go through Haaland. Let's give him the service. If that isn't working, if the team we're playing against are so defensively organized, sitting back, compact, making it almost impossible for a striker like Haaland to get the service that he needs, Pep, team, show me plan B. Mm-hmm. So I think right now there's a little hesitation to, even if the design plan doesn't work with Haaland, for Pep to really give the hook and put on Alvarez instead. I don't think Pep is at that point yet, because we've seen him in addition to Haaland. We haven't seen Haaland pulled Alvarez on, and now let's do something different. We haven't seen that type of change. But I want to see a plan A, plan B, plan C, and I could care less if it's not sexy, if it's what we've typically seen. I want to see changes in patterns of play, if that is, and let's get the result. Like, I'm okay.
This is where I'm with Daniel. I'll just take a dirty 1-0, scrap you 1-0, and get out with the 3 points. Thanks very much.
100%.
Yeah, everybody would, Martin, because it's going to bring. The thing is, Martin, whatever way this game goes on, that's what I'm saying. Even on Thursday, if I see, oh my God, even if this is the thing, Martin, there's 3 things. Either you win dirty on Thursday, you get the win. People will be like, yes, the team maybe will get confidence by winning. Number 2, if the team plays well, they lose. They play the sexy football. I'm pretty sure the sexy football may chance to be like, yes, that was the football I wanted. We lost, but we tried. Then number 3, there's some people who say, you know what, on Thursday, they let them play as if they're possessed. We don't want any 1-0. We want them 3-0. Like every single result will get something out of this team. It's just, I think, in general, as Alan says, we're not playing well at the moment. I think that's something we're not pent over. It's just black and white. It's right there. If you watch the matches, I watched the Everton one just out of interest because somebody questioned me on something in the comments. So I said, maybe I'm wrong. I went to watch the Everton game, and I was like, no way. I think he was right because somebody said the Everton game, City tried. He said, City tried. You're wrong. People think City did not try. The Everton players were diving in that box as if it's the final of the world. Those moments where Pickford was making saves, like they tried and they created chances. And it's quite funny that maybe we'll bring this back. Things dried up after Southampton, to be honest with you. But also look at some of the Chelsea game, the 1-0 one. Things were not looking great. We just nicked the 1-0 because Jack and Mahrez came on and had a moment of magic. So there was even a sign in the Chelsea game. But Everton, we created chances. So Southampton seems to be the first one where all this dry up chances started. But you're right, it's De Bruyne. The whole team seems to depend on De Bruyne to pass it to Haaland. But if you look at the games, in the second game, Gundogan was finding Haaland, but he hasn't been doing that too. And Gundogan seems to be outrun in midfield. At the end of the day, where are we going to reach? Are we saying that we need another De Bruyne in this team? What are we saying? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Do we need another De Bruyne?
Patrick, we're not going to be able to sign anybody in January. Let's forget signing anyone.
Oh, not January. I mean, like in summer. Do we need another De Bruyne in summer? Somebody else who can also create.
That's in the summer. I'm more concerned about our form now. And it's not exactly brilliant at the moment. One of the mentions in the comments there that Diaz is back in training and Laporte's back in training and Stones is as well. As soon as we get the most important one there is Diaz. I think he has to play every week now. We've got to get. He's our leader at the back. He'll be talking and shouting at people when they need to be talked to and etc. I think if he comes back in the side, things will really improve quickly. And I think we lack that leadership in the team, especially at the back. I think if we show that up, then we can win the ugly 1-0s when we need to. But tomorrow is hugely important after the last 2 games. Hugely.
No, I agree. And Alan, it's someone's opinion. I'm not saying. My point is though, where I took issue was you sort of said, well, we don't have time to get it.
It's because of it, mate. It's because of games every 3 days, mate. That's why
we haven't after this.
But what I'm saying to you, Pep
this
needs.
This is the last Thursday night game or midweek game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Martin, is Pep needs a whole week on the training ground with the players.
He's about to get that.
He needs that.
Massively. Oh, he's about to get that. This thing of every 3 days is about to stop soon up until Champions League. So we're going to get a couple of weeks where we get a week in between.
Well, he desperately needs that, in my opinion. Desperately needs it.
The only thing I would say is that I agree with some of the comments. I think we just part the title for now. Get our confidence back.
Martin, we need
see where we end up.
Martin, we're going to stay in this race at the top. We need to start winning.
Yeah, I understand that, Alan, but I've just said we need to start winning. What I'm saying is, but to get our confidence back for me, not for title, part the title for now.
I know what you're saying. You're trying to just go out, win games, and forget that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that psychology might be good, but I just want to see. Tomorrow's a very tricky game because we all know.
Alan, you're desperate for the title. I get it. You're desperate for the damn thing.
I am.
I can hear it in your voice. You're desperate. Yeah. I know. I can hear it.
Spurs are a very difficult side to play against. You know they are. You also know there's a certain person down the road from me about 500 meters who will rip into me if we lose, and he's a Spurs fan and he's from North London, and he will not let go. We cannot lose to Spurs. We've got to
just before we jump into the teams.
only 500 meters away.
They are.
I'm not joking, mate. He's mate. he comes out, we're a real club, we're a proper football club, we're a fake club. I get all this constant from him, constantly, non-stop. Drives me nuts.
Can I ask a question? Sebastian has said about City might not even make top 4.
Okay.
Is that something we need to worry about?
He's right in saying if the form continues, yes, if the form continues like this, then top 4 is a concern. But
yeah, nothing is given.
Yeah, this is where we're not stressing to believe that it won't get fixed. But yeah, this form long term would be dangerous.
Okay.
Anthony, I hope you're right. I'm just seeing your comment.
See, and that's the problem.
You know what this comment? You know what this comment is? It's interesting because when we think about dealing with it in practice or on the pitch, right, in training, I don't think Pep or the coaching staff would know how to set up like Simeone and Atletico, or set up like Conte. I don't know if they could actually replicate that defense in training. Am I wrong to think?
Or give Spurs the ball. Yeah, give Spurs the ball. We did that once though. We did that like there's a game I watched. I think so. You watched it because I was doing a tactical analysis on some channel. We did that with PSG though. Remember PSG? We gave them the ball. We gave PSG. I want you to go watch that game. We gave PSG the ball and we just left them. We let PSG have the ball and then we did counters. And that was the first time I saw our team sit back and counter a team. Do you remember? I'll send you the video. It was during the snow. Remember? During the snow, we gave PSG the ball and we counted them. And I was surprised that City were doing that. Do you remember the goals that Ford Northern scored were counters? We just counted them. We didn't play football with PSG. We let them have the ball, let them make their mistakes, counted them, and got them on the break. Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah, I remember what you're saying, and I think for us, when we say give them the ball, it's like we don't press the way we usually do. We kind of, I know what you mean in terms of like we sit back and we're very careful with who we we go after. I hear you.
We press in moments, but the thing is that's the other trick of beating teams like Spurs, because Spurs don't know what to do with the ball. Even United, like the Spurs and a few teams, I've noticed they don't really know what to do with the ball. That's why sometimes Spurs loses to teams that are very easy to beat, because they give Spurs the ball. If you look at that Spurs team, even right now, if I talk to you, it's only Harry Kane who can create. Majority of them can't. They're not creators, so they struggle with the ball. But another thing I was about to tell Alan, it's just, Alan, looking at this Spurs team, it's just like that tailor-made for City, if you think about it. This is the tailor-made. I've noticed, I was watching that game with Arsenal, they always press when you get close to that middle line. They want to get the ball before you get to their back line. If you get to that middle line, they're screwed. They're horrible as defense. But they always press. That's why they use Højbjerg and Besuma and the new guy they got, Sa, to press you when you get to the middle line, because they want to give the ball to Harry Kane. Son gets it, go. But we'll see anyway. I hope we batter them, because they were not great against Arsenal, and they're not a great team. I've watched them in a few games. Spurs is not great, Martin. I know we've always said this story that Spurs are not great and they still have our number somehow, but this particular one is not great. The defense breaks easily. It's easy to break that defense. Saying that they'll turn into prime Barcelona on the
well, the problem is they beat us last year because they put balls over the top down our flanks. That's how they beat us last year. They went down and did us. Alan, I know you don't have long.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in a few minutes.
Your team on Thursday night, Friday morning for you.
Ederson at the back. I'm going to pick Rico. I would start Rico for an extra man. He would actually move into midfield as well. I'd pick. I'll probably have to go Akanji and is Stones fit? Is Stones fit?
No, I don't know. It seems like the only one who's fit on
yeah, well, I would go Laporte as well. Aki left full back, and for a bit of balance, so we can get round the back if we can. Okay, I'd go midfield. If KDB's fit, fantastic. And obviously Rodri in the middle. But I'd still go Bernardo for legs. Okay.
He's the first one out my team, I'll be honest with you at the moment.
Is he? Fair enough. I would go Grealish, Mahrez, and Haaland up front. I'd drop Foden.
The only reason with Bernardo is because I think it's now showing on the pitch that the guy just wants out. And I don't think that helps us right now. I don't think we can carry passengers anymore. Sadly. And I'm not saying nothing against Bernardo.
You know, and I know that no one really will get the Pep team right. So, because we know what he's like.
I'm just one of these with Bernardo now of thank you for your service. I'll always love you, but you want to go. I don't want to see you putting half-assed performances in on the pitch. Doesn't help us. Really doesn't. Sadly. So yeah, that's me anyway. So maybe I'm wrong. Listen,
we got a game on Sunday. He's going to rotate anyway. So we'll see.
That was my next question. Anyway, Alan, thank you. You go and do your tennis.
We're going to the Australian Open now. So with Dave, and then we'll go from there. So look for me on Rod Laver Arena because that's where I'll be today. If you see any highlights, we may be in screen.
Alan, you better don't tell anyone. Don't tell everyone where you're going to be, or them stalkers will be after you.
I know.
Yeah, don't.
Charlie and Fiefkin are already on the plane making the way over.
He's dropped his location.
Exactly. That's where I'm going to be. So listen, I'm going to go for some breakfast with Dave on the way down, and then we're watching the tennis. And we'll all be. Me and Dave will be at the Imperial on Friday morning to watch the game against Spurs. So if you're in Melbourne, the Imperial on the corner of Spring and Burke Street, please, at 7 a.m.
Alan, don't give everything. Alan's like giving it all.
Yeah. Alan is giving every. You're dropping the location on every place you go. My God.
Here's my phone number, lads.
Yeah. Martin, hopefully we're all in a good mood on Friday morning after the game. I'll certainly be speaking to you before then and after and during. So you have a nice couple of days, and guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Yeah, exactly. I know. I wonder if he's had his vaccine, but there we go. Right, see you later.
Here's a question.
See you, man. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Alan.
Here's
a question. Do you guys still trust Ederson in terms of saving shots?
Yeah, 100%. Nobody has ever questioned him. People, let me be honest with you guys. Our team, the time when people get to our goal, it's usually one of those chances that are a high percentage of going in. I think people should understand, and this is something I should tell people. People who've been going after Ederson, I want you to watch the clips properly. It's not that it's his fault or he cannot shortstop. No, the issue about City is they keep you away from that goal. Once you break the City defense, majority of the time it's very good chances that you're going to score. It's like good chances that you're going to score. But what makes me laugh is people want to blame Ederson for this goals. Look at Ederson, the mistakes he's making this season. How come you're not saying anything about it? Ederson has got seasons that he's gone bad. But Martin, people don't understand. Every time I've watched Ederson clips, the goals that are scored are definite goals. It's usually difficult goals, and people expect miracles. Like, I repeat, the only time you get at City's defense is when they have made a silly mistake, and it's either you've made an incredible pass, and guess what that pass is? Highest percentage of scoring. And it's all incredible goals too. From outside the box, people have scored. People are like, oh, why didn't he save that? Go ask Hugo. Like, I've never seen silly Ederson mistakes like the ones Hugo makes. He doesn't make such mistakes, even the ones Ederson makes. But I've seen people on Ederson's back. If you watch football, I want you to go and watch the clips again. Every time somebody scores, some of those goals against City to Ederson, they are difficult goals to save. If you've ever watched football, played football, it's a definite goal. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say, because people keep going on Ederson's back.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've always said no Vader, no KD, no Ederson, no Pep Ball. Said that. Ortega can't do what Ederson does. He just can't. Sorry. Vader, what do you think? This is maybe what bugs me a bit. I'm seeing a lot of fans have to get a scapegoat. Someone has to have the blame somewhere, and I don't like it. I don't get it. It's not very Manchester City-like.
Yeah. Some people have to keep it simple. For some, there needs to be blame, and it can't be a portion here. Didn't like a moment within the game of this, what this player did, or didn't quite like the reaction of this at this moment. For some, it's just as simple. You make one mistake, you're labeled a problem the entire game or for the rest of the season. It's a little ridiculous.
Do you see this, Veta? Sorry, Veta. Do you see that comment? Do you see that comment? No, the other one, that Gray's shot. Come on, guys. Come. Let's
yeah, there was no way.
Gray's shot. Gray. He's talking about the Everton shot.
Yeah,
no. Gray shot.
Yeah, let me address this. And one, Gray is inside the 18-yard box. He's on the left side of the net. He is a right-footed player, and he was given time to pick out a spot. You can't put that on the keeper. You can't put that on Ederson.
It was poor defending.
Yeah, someone should have closed them out because they actually went for a.
Akanji should have stopped him before he came to that box. Akanji should have been more aggressive. Should have stopped Gray before he got into that box.
Yeah,
that's where the tactic of Rico Lewis lost, because Rico had got into the midfield, found himself too far up. Akanji then's looking at Stones. Stones was then looking at Akanji, and they're both going, well, I thought you're going. Well, I thought you were going. Well, I thought Rico were going. And they all just, basically, you had a three-way blame game.
Yeah. Well, it should have been, it's usually the case where someone yells, I've got the ball. And what happened is they actually went for the fake because he made it seem like he was going to pass it off. And then Gray took the shot. But yeah, it's just too simple. And maybe it's a case of how we're consuming things, whether it's what we're seeing on the YouTube, what we're seeing within Twitter, what we're seeing on all the other social apps. But I think people just for simplicity, they want to scapegoat. They want to blame a player. A player does something wrong, they're hated for the entire time they remain at the season. Because here's the problem that I have. And it's just paying attention. When you notice your own fan base and some of the people within your circle biting their tongue for good moments that some players have, like they clearly had a good game or had a good performance or a good action, and their lips are sealed. But as soon as an error happens, then they're chirping in. It's like, it is what it is. There's just some fans, some people within our fan base, that's how they move. And I try my best to not react to it, but I'm sure it's probably the same level within the stands, Martin. I'm sure there's some that are very quiet. Yeah, they'll applaud, but they're not.
I had it out with a woman over Grealish at the last game. I just, this season, and I think this is why I get so defensive, is I feel we've lost this Manchester City-ness about us a little bit in terms of the way our fan base is. And I don't mean anyone in particular. I just mean there's a lot of scapegoating going on. There's a lot of, we must blame this. We must do this. We have to do that.
And there's a divide, which I never saw in this fan base, where people are divided.
I've seen it from some old fans. They've gone back on everything they sang 15 years ago when they went, we'll never be like United. And they've gone back on it. And I'm like, you're sounding like United, though, with the no title, no joy, second or bust. Well, if we don't win the league, we'll win the Champions League. What's wrong with just having an off season and we don't win out? We rebuild in the summer. And maybe it's me. I'm just so relaxed on it. I'm just where I am. And it's not me being negative. It's not me shielding myself. I look at it and go, this team has given me so many years of joy. And I look at a lot of the key players and they're still some of the key players when Pep
and
arrived.
Payne.
Yeah, no, but
Martin and Payne.
Yeah, apparently, because we reading one earlier, we lost the Champions League final. Oh, I've never felt so much pain. The dark days of Manchester. The dark days of Manchester.
I saw that. I laughed. I spat my tea out when I saw that. I spat my tea out. But you can tell. Remember what I told you, Martin? I was like, be careful. Some of these are kids because you can tell. You can actually tell that this person, this is all they have seen. Because you saw, if it was you, Martin, and you say you wrote that same tweet, I'm pretty sure you're going to go way back. Yeah. You get what I mean, Martin? You go way back and say, oh, I remember this pain. But you saw he dropped 3. And you can tell this is a kid. He dropped Spurs, he dropped Lyon, and then he dropped Monaco. You can tell this is...
They were all Champions League games. And you sit there and you go, right, okay. And I'm just sat there laughing my head off because he went, all I've seen is dark days, and he's putting the Champions League final up. I'm sorry, 25 years ago, Jesus, I was dreaming of getting to a bloody Carabao Cup 4th round. Never mind bleeding Champions League final. And I'm not saying, I know we're a different club. I know we've been taken over. I accept all that. But we're second. We've had a couple of months dodginess. Can we just relax it down a touch? This is what Pep means when he says you can't complain, because Pep's probably sat there going, Jesus, do you know there's a point where you can actually put the fear of God into players where they're scared of actually losing? Is this where we want to go with them, where they're scared of losing because a fan's going to come on the pitch and give them a crack? Is this where we're going? Is this the next step?
And that I really hope never becomes the case, because where we should be as fans in the stands on all these apps is
supporting it.
There's the support, and yes, you can be critical, you can judge performance, and this is where I often get called out, and I'm appreciative because it's not on the apps directly. It's I get sent personal messages, but it's like you're not angry enough, or I don't get your dislike of the performance, because look how kind your wording is. It's like I'm not crushing players because I understand what the performances or lack of performances have been, but the fact that I maybe don't cross the line or I don't get disrespectful doesn't mean that I don't dislike some of the play that I'm seeing. It's never personal with regards to the players, right? So so I get hit with that pretty often too, and the thing that I just don't want to happen is for us as the large portion of the fan base to get this player can never be good enough for our club. This player does not have it. Let's wait and see. Let's get some inconsistent play before we go that far. And where I don't ever want to go, and you hear this amongst clubs like Liverpool, like United, like Real, when they dismiss the good performances that are happening now to say, I'm accustomed to that. I saw that 10, 15 years ago, or I grew up on that type of performances. So what? You still acknowledge and still appreciate what's happening now. Imagine us being like, yeah, Haaland's good, but I remember Aguero. He's nothing like Aguero. Like you can't take that type of approach as a fan.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that, Vida. Sorry for cutting you. I didn't like that. When I saw that days ago, I was sort of pissed off. I was like, well, you're not the same people who were so happy Haaland is in our club. They started saying, oh my God. But that's what I know, Martin. These are kids. I can tell from the tweets. Oh, this used to be beautiful, talking about Aguero. I was like, you are the same guys who were ripping into Aguero when he missed that pen in Newcastle. When he tried to do the Penenka, you were ripping into him, saying he almost cost you the title. You were saying Aguero is done. He has to leave. Thank God he's going to Barcelona. That's why I don't take Twitter seriously. I don't take, but I also wrote on Twitter, I said, guys, It's about time to start giving positive energy to this team. Stop the negativity and start tweeting positive. Tell these guys, De Bruyne, chin up, look after yourselves, guys. You'll be back. It's about time to start doing that. You'll lose nothing. Yeah.
I'm sitting Mr. Trick here because we talked about this. The game on Thursday night is about 68 quid a ticket. And there's still quite a few tickets available on Thursday night. At a time when City know they need to get the fans behind them, have they missed the trick by not lowering the prices?
I think they have. Especially if like, this is the thing, Martin. You've said it multiple times. I think a few times in the streams that sometimes some of the decisions that are made at the city for this new city regime, you question them a bit. I remember you were talking about that. Why come the history is not displayed around? You know what I mean? Like displayed for people to see. You're right. I think at the point where the team needs a lift, if the tickets are not selling, I'll drop it. I don't know about you, Martin, but I think you drop it. I think if I've seen cases where I work in a cinema where we see that this film, people want to see it, but it's because it's going on it's going on what is that? TV. TV these days. Yeah.
It's not on general sale, Pat, yet. We are 2 days away from the game, and it's still only on sale to membership holders. The season ticket. They should consider that. As I said, we usually in our cinema, because we know they're streaming these days, we will drop the ticket so people can come and see it. Do you think they're scared of non-City fans turning up causing trouble? Because who's
going to turn up though?
I mean, I'm in here now, Pat, and I'll show it you. The cheapest ticket for an adult is in the family stand, yeah? The family stand, 68 quid. And under 18s is 45. Right? To go in the Colin Bell, you're looking at 70. To go in Colin Bell level 3, 70 quid. And I just think at a time, because this is why, we've had this debate with Carl loads of times. America's very different to the UK and Ireland. You know that.
Yeah.
I
always tell you, it's different.
Exactly. You can bang out a $500, $600 ticket and a snapped up. Over here, we're like...
Not here.
We're very tight with our money in the UK. We're very tight.
Not even in Ireland.
In the UK,
we're in Ireland.
They don't want to part with euros. We ain't parting with pounds. They don't want to do it. At the moment, we're in a massive crunch with gas and electricity. And I just think it'd be a bit clever of City to go, do you know what? We're in a bad spot. We need this stadium packed to get these lads behind us. Let's do something special for them. Let's get the stadium rocking.
Yeah, do you remember what they did? I would also be going as far as, do you remember the Champions League? I know we lost it. You know the Liverpool one. I know we lost it. I know we lost the Liverpool one, but the atmosphere was incredible. I would be thinking they do that. They even put the flags all over the seats and say, okay, the prices are down. Come and support the boys. Do the bus thing as if it's Champions League night. I just think you're right. Sometimes it's good to go far and beyond, guys. I know people will laugh at us. But who cares? I don't care. But I don't never care when City put the prices down, even for the FA Cup, and people start bantering us online. I don't care. Sometimes it's for the good for the team. And Martin, you're right. I think looking at if they look at themselves, that it's 2 days and this is not filling up, we need that stadium. And it's also against Tottenham HOTSPUR. It is against Tottenham.
Can I just say, we're stopping the stream right now. Alec Johnson, wash your mouth out with soap. Michel Vonk was a fantastic footballer. I loved him. Vonk the Bonk, loved him. Leave Vonky alone. How dare you disrespect that sexy Dutchman? Leave him alone. Anyway, love a bit of Vonk. I'm not as good as Maurizio Gardino or a bit of Paul Walsh, or as I get told is my favourite player, a bit of Peter Beagre. Bit of Peter Beagre down the wings. Loved a bit of Peter Beagre and Nick Summerby. But anyway, I'm getting all nostalgic now. Right. I just think they missed the trick. And even if it doesn't, like Charlie said, it's not gone on general sale, Vader, do a do a buy one, get one free for a season ticket holder. Do you know what I mean? Or do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Do something to entice them in. They shouldn't. I've literally just been on the City website and nearly every block in the stadium is available. And they want. Here's the thing here. They've gone ahead and put extension plans in. We're going to look stupid.
I see. Is it a case of, it's Spurs, and I'm showing up for the next game? Because like, there's been that issue with
Andrew says that we play again on Sunday. Is that what it is? 2 home games.
With regards
Plus, we're at home in the FA Cup.
Right.
Yeah, that proves Martin right, Veta. That if you're playing again on Sunday, this would be the perfect game because they need the support. I'm sorry that this particular one they need the support, and I think looking at Sunday, they should have been saying, okay, let's drop it. Anyway, go ahead, Veta. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a case of, as a fan, I got to make a choice. Like, I maybe can't attend both because of the price tag, right? I'm making a choice. Or 2, is it a difficulty going midweek? Don't know. But I do agree. They're missing a trick with regards to drop down that price, because you're probably going to get them in the stands twice, buying concessions or being there with family for 2 events versus the 1. And I definitely agree as well. The fans play a part. We know that the players, they get charged up. They play for reactions. When you're chanting their name or when you're oohing and awing, the players raise their game to another level. So it's concerning that so many tickets are still available. Maybe it's going to be a late rush and everyone's going to go scrambling to buy them, but
not in this snow.
That's another issue too.
I don't know if it's snowing where you are, Pat, but it's coming down here now.
Nah, it's snowing in different areas, but not everywhere. It's frosty though. The car was frosty this morning, and I have to scrape it and waste time. The antifreeze thing. Thank God whoever created that. Thank you for who created that. Like, you know what though? You're right. I just feel like Martin. This is sometimes, because I'm one of those marketing people, Martin. I'm a marketing merchant. I like getting certain things. Right now on Thursday, Veta, with the pictures I saw of the players, did anybody see the pictures? The faces looked like Pep either was grilling them in the morning or somebody has told them something. The pictures are not good. I would be doing the Champions League type morale. I would be advertising on the social media. If I was City social media guy, I'll be like, guys, Champions League atmosphere, make it. Because you know what, Martin? I think if you made it hostile for Spurs, the way we made it for Liverpool, Spurs will crumble. No offense, the cowards. That team is full of cowards. They will crumble in the buses. Because if you make that a hostile environment, get those flags in, say, oh, here's special prices, you're right, anything just to get it pumped. Because Thursday, for me, I feel like people keep saying it's 20 games left and it's our match after a defeat. I think Thursday needs to have positivity. This is why I said even tweet positivity. From now until Thursday, tweet positivity. Go on the whole season, tweet positivity. Even if we lose, just tweet to the players, well done, you guys, next time. Because you're right, Martin. Imagine if few of those stands are empty. And then, boom, we go 1-0 and there's not enough support to bring them back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get it. It's just, I know. I get why they can't do it. I just think right now.
Yeah, somebody said the other fans will be pissed off. You heard that, Martin?
We need that Etihad rocking these next 2 games. Rocking.
Yeah.
To get behind these. The thing is, these lads have given us so much joy over the years. They're going through a bit of an hard time. So we now need to step up as fans and go, we're with you. We're going to get you through this. We're going to do this together. And that's what Thursday for me is about. I'll probably do the post-match. There'll be no voice left. If I've got to sit in the bloody stand and scream on my own, you'll see some guy on the TV stood on his own screaming. That will be me. I will be doing it. So yeah.
Don't forget to paint your face blue.
Alan Harper, bloody hell, that's going back. He didn't play for many. He only played about 50 games, I think, as well, from what I remember. Anyway, teams, with the Wolves game coming up, are you changing a lot Or are you like, no, this is... Because this is... One thing I will agree with Alan, we're not in a position where we could put one game more priority than the other game.
No, you can't. You can't.
That concession's gone now.
Yeah.
It's done. It's done.
And we literally got a 2.5 day turnaround.
Yeah, do you know what, Martin? We've become like, those, we are in the position like those mid-table teams or those relegation teams where they don't care. They put the same team Tuesday, they put the same team Friday, and they just have to put the same team. Like, we literally have to just play and hope the players get informed. That's basically what we do. I think the rotation also will play a part in not gelling the team. But Pep, he wants to make everybody happy and satisfy a few players. So we might see change. But I don't know, Martin. I would go extremely strong for Thursday. I wouldn't even be thinking about Sunday. I think you go strong, and then Thursday will determine how strong you go on I don't know. I think Thursday determines how you put the lineup on Sunday. Am I right on that? I think you go strong on Thursday, put whoever you think is capable, and then whatever happens on Thursday maybe is what changes your mind that, okay, maybe Gundogan did not perform, then maybe let me give a chance to somebody else.
Okay. Yeah. I presume we're all going Ederson because I'm coming to you, mate, on this.
Mm-hmm.
We're all doing Ederson.
Yep.
The back line, see, when you look at the back line and you look, because I don't think Stones and Diaz are coming straight in. That's what I don't think. I think they are safe for Sunday.
Yeah.
To give them that extra time. The only question there is fullbacks. Because I think the centre-back pairing picks itself. If I'm honest.
The centre-back pairing would... So what are we saying? Akanji and Ake?
Akanji and Laporte, I think.
Akanji and Laporte. Okay. Yeah.
So it's who you put fullbacks.
I don't know. I'm going to the same. If it was up to me, I'll still go with the United fullbacks. I don't think they were that bad. I don't think they were. Walker and Cancelo were not that bad.
Rico for his maybe I'm asking. This is what I mean. This is the problem with Rico. Do you are we putting too much faith in and we're waiting for what?
Yeah,
I mean
with Son. Yeah, with Son.
Son's having a bit of a nightmare though at the minute. To be fair, so that means he's bagging. He's bagging.
You know, Martin. You know what's going to happen with Son? You know what happens with Son? He on his calendar every year on his calendar. Son puts a mark on the City game. He puts the X.
Yeah, everyone puts Son, who hasn't scored nearly all season, into your Premier League team on Thursday. He's bagging hat trick. It's the City way.
Yeah. He looks at City and he's like, "Yeah, that's where I'm going to get off my."
Do you think he hates us? Like, what's the issue? Does he hate us?
Before we leave FIFA, I am going to touch on that just before we leave.
Do I think he hates City? No, I don't think it's. That's the case. I think he's like, you know what? I can put on a show. Like, I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna put on a show with City. He feels like I'm gonna have space. I know I can do my thing. He always seems to get under our skin and get it and.
Yeah, because I don't get Son. I don't get Son, right? Especially Son himself and Hugo also. Hugo and Son, both of them. They will make mistakes. Son will be poor. I mean, like poor where you start laughing and say, "Oh, play him against us." My God, when he gets the ball against us, he doesn't care. He just goes at our defense, and they're like, "What are you doing, Son? What? Where were you?" I think he has a vendetta. So Son takes it personal. I think there's something we did to him. I'm going to do a research. I think there's something we did to Son. Maybe he wanted to come to City and they rejected him. I think I'm going to find out why Son has a special place.
You'll have to buy his biography when it comes out, Pat. That's what he's going to make you do. Buy my biography. I'll tell you all about my failed Manchester City transfer that no one knew about. It's like Isco. Isco's biographies are going to be all about the Manchester City transfer saga that never happened. That's all that's going to be. I see. I've got a feeling it's going to be Lewis and Ake.
I wouldn't be mad at that because Ake would be the one to stay home, provide that back three and give the freedom to Lewis to maybe occupy those pockets.
I think Cancelo's done. I've lost all faith in the guy now. I think he's done.
No,
He was incredible against United. He was incredible.
That second half for Cancelo. That second half.
No,
for
but I
Cancelo
watched the derby back. This is where it comes from. Like I said, I watched the derby back, and I think I gave him too much credit. I watched it back, and I went, yeah, Cancelo, and I was like, he didn't support anything back to front. He did a lot of running, but he didn't do a lot of supporting in terms of linking it up.
He skinned Bruno and Casemiro. He was skinning people. Remember, he got a pen, but they didn't blow it. He was playing very well.
I would agree.
I know he made a mispass, but Cancelo was stable.
Maybe
I wouldn't fault. Yeah, I wouldn't fault Cancelo and Walker particularly. They were okay in this game. To be honest with you, Martin, do you know what? You're right about this whole United game. If we created so many chances and actually scored, I think I said this and somebody was laughing at me. It's like, oh, probably outscoring a team means you win. I was like, I think we're going to have to outscore Man United to beat them, because what's happening with City is the more we don't create chances, right? And we don't score more goals, what's happening is that... Oh.
Pat, you're saying you're doing... who did that? There's a meme. Who said
don't,
you got to
Don't Small also did
that. Of course.
Yeah, but what I mean, like... Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say, that for United, because what I've noticed recently, especially with City, is we are not actually bad defensively. We are okay. But the thing is, that moment will happen in your defense. That small moment will happen. So if we are like 3 up on goals, that moment happens. It's 3-1. It's not that bad. But the thing is, we are just not creating. Then we're scoring like 1 against United, not creating more to score. Then United just score, boom. That freaky, I don't want to talk about that offside thing. Things like that happen, and then boom, I can't give what ball watching, go. So for me, I haven't actually been blaming the defense guys, to be honest with you. So Cancelo looked solid for me. I don't know about Martin. That's the thing. That's why we discussed on these YouTube videos, because everybody looks at a different angle. For me, Cancelo and Walker looked okay.
Of course.
Both of them looked better than the other games. They were horrible in that game. They've been horrible in that game. Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get you. I get you. Right. Wait, are we all putting Rodri in?
Yeah, we have to. We have to. But this is where I'd have to agree with what Alan was saying earlier. Things need to work themselves out so that Phillips is in a proper rotation. Because Rodri's going to lose. Like, the legs are going to... He can't be responsible to play every game. He can't be, and Phillips needs to find his way in there at some point.
He needs to step up.
Yeah.
Because I think that was Man City back in the days. I think you feared competition. That's why you stepped up. Like, what I'm saying that is, it's sad to see that players have gone out of form together. Because Martin, the thing about City was, you drop your form, Gundogan takes your position, and he will perform at 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. You drop your form, Bernardo Silva will take your position. You drop your form, Stones, somebody will take your position. I think that's also missing from this team, because all of them have dropped form for a while. Now the funny thing is, Martin, in life, sometimes that's where I believe heavily that there's God out there, because some of these things that happen are quite strange. Like, look at this. The people all season have been talking about 2 players, Mahrez and Jack.
And they've
is it not quite ironic? Yeah, is it not quite ironic? The team's form goes bad, and then the 2 players that we were all on their back become the most informed players.
Yeah, but we've suddenly got to put them in now, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah, it's quite funny that Pep plays them into form.
That's football, though, isn't it? That's fans. That's football. That's what we do. Right. Let's get to the crux. Let's. If KDB is fit, I presume we're all putting KDB in. Is anyone not?
Yeah, I'm not. If he's not fit, I think it's Gundogan.
So
he's not
who goes with him then? I've got a feeling he's going to go back to KD. If he's fit, it'll be Rodri, Kevin, Gundogan.
In Spurs. No, thinking about it, do you remember? Okay, the key was Bernardo Silva, because Bernardo Silva was running for days. Do you remember when we beat them 3-0 and Gundogan sat down Sanchez and destroyed his career, Martin, and sat down Sanchez and destroyed Sanchez's career. Gundogan was on fire then, but I think it was also because of Rodri being there, because of Bernardo Silva being there, because Bernardo Silva that time was running like a bunny, like an Energizer bunny. But I don't know. Do you know what? Let me be honest with you guys. We can actually beat these counter-attack teams or fast teams with De Bruyne and Gundogan. If Gundogan and De Bruyne are on that game of passing, because if the Gundogan and De Bruyne don't pass away the ball, we keep the ball and we don't get counted. But if Gundogan and De Bruyne have a bad day, trust me, if you get counted, it's only Rodri stopping those counters. So I don't know. To be honest with you, Martin, I wouldn't mind seeing Gundogan in that midfield. Maybe we need more creation. Maybe Spurs will sit down, but it's just on the break. I want to see when they break through to us.
This is my 11. I'll give you my full 11. I think it'll be Ederson, Lewis, Akanji, Laporte, Ake, Rodri, KDB, if he's fit. If not, it'll be Bernardo and Gundogan. Or KDB, Gundogan. I think the front three will be Grealish, Foden, Haaland. And you're all going to say to me, why no Alvarez? I think Alvarez just has to bide his time. Can I just say one thing to Manchester City fans? Just because he's won the World Cup, don't sit there and think Pep Guardiola goes, you won the World Cup, you're coming straight into my 11. Don't work like that with Pep. Pep don't work like that.
Dude,
Pep ain't throwing him
can I ask you something, though? Can I ask you something, Martin, though? Let's say if you were the manager, let's remove Pep. If you were the manager, your player wins the World Cup, what would you do with him?
I'd give him a
Same
go.
thing as Pep?
Yeah, no, I'd give him a go. But see, I always thought this season would be a settling season for Alvarez.
Yeah, you did. Look, I give you flowers for that. You called it from the beginning. You said it from the beginning.
Everyone told me, no, Alvarez will be in by October. October is flying. I went, he won't. Pep is literally going to just slowly bring. Because listen, people say Alvarez should ask for a transfer. Do you think Alvarez didn't know when he signed that Erling Bright Haaland was coming?
Oh, I gave that answer to somebody in the stream earlier. Yeah,
of course he did. It's not stupid. He just said, "Come, learn the ropes, and you know what? Then we'll go." And you know what? He's done pretty well. He's proved me wrong, but Pep's just begging him in. Let him bed him in.
Yeah,
and then we'll see.
If Alvarez is the player that's hungry, seeing the goal tally that Haaland has, and if his mentality is like, if I was on that pitch, I'd have just as many. If that's the motivation that he has, if that's the mentality, that's cool. He'll get his shot and he'll get an opportunity to prove it, because what hasn't happened recently for him is he hasn't been put into the same 11 that Haaland has had the chance to cook with, right? There's been many more changes within the other 10 players that Alvarez has had that shot with. So, I think there's going to be a point where the rotation will be same 10, with the exception of Haaland's off, Alvarez is there, and let's see how he cooks. I think that's going to be the beauty about these two players and the differences that they have, because they threaten every defense. But he's going to have to get a shot, and it's tough to say Haaland sit when he's scoring the way he is now. If
the difference is, I think Haaland kicks off more than Alvarez does.
Haaland what?
I think Haaland would kick off more than Alvarez would.
Yeah,
what I mean by that is,
I
don't think Haaland sits on the bench like this.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. There's always somebody who's
only one of them brings the cash in.
No, it's true, but there's also how proficient Haaland has been is why it'd be like, what? I'm not playing here? What's going on? So he's got the history to really warrant to be on that pitch first and foremost. And then I think Pep, he managed things properly, right? He was wise. He was smart to be like, you had a long season, Alvarez. Take your time. You had the World Cup celebration that you just went through. take your time. But
because then you don't play 4-4-2, Michael, and that isn't a Pep system.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, people. Yeah, people. It's either you play what Martin is saying 4-4-2, or you play the 4-3-3. But Alvarez will be dropping as the. I don't know. I was about to use the word, but I don't want to use it here because people start getting other ideas. The thing is, when you're playing football, right? I remember when I used to play football, I started off as a striker, and you know what, Martin? The other striker was better than me. It was all speed. For him, it was speed, and he was a better finisher. But I could play football, Martin. So
you don't have wingers for 4-4-2.
Yeah, but listen to what we did. So yeah, so listen. So the same 4-4-3, you become an inside forward, but you also become free, Martin, which I don't know if Pep can do. So for instance, you watch the game against Spurs, where Alvarez was a winger, but he was also free. Guess what Alvarez was doing? You become the ball picker. So because sometimes the creators will get occupied by people in midfield, you become the ball picker. You drop in. Haaland doesn't have to do work. You are the workhorse for that day. You're the one who does all the work, dirty work for him. He stays in the box. Guess what? You just cause issues between the pocket, between the striker and let's say De Bruyne, that pocket. That's what you do if you are needed. So Alvarez can play that part. But I have only seen it against Forest, but I don't think Pep really wants to use it unless he has to use it. But to be honest with people, I like this situation. And Martin, you said the right thing. The answer to all this is we can play different ways. I think Pep will play different ways. I've noticed something about Haaland. I think we thought he was arrogant and stubborn and he had the attitude like Zlatan. That's what everybody thought at the beginning. I think he doesn't. There's something different about him. He seems to be happy when people score. Did you see the Jack Grealish goal? He seems to be so excited when others score and when others do something. He's excited. I'm pretty sure one time it's going to reach a point where maybe Pep will tell Haaland, I'll sub you within 60 minutes if things are not going well, because we need a false nine system and maybe this guy can play it. But Haaland also has been taught the false nine system. You told me this already. And I started watching. He's been taught how to be like a false nine, to drag the defenders in.
If you watch game by game, Haaland's coming more and more into midfield.
Yeah. He's changing.
You look at that, and I watched it back. Haaland at the very start of the derby was never coming into midfield. He was waiting for that. And it's not Haaland's fault. Haaland is superb. This is not drop Haaland. This is just us getting used to him and him getting used to us. This is all this is right now. And if you look then, in the second half, he's coming back into midfield, grabbing the ball, laying it off, turning and going. And that's all I meant with Alan earlier. When Alan went, well, we haven't got time. And I went, well, we kind of have to have time because it isn't just going to go click, click, bang, bang straight away and away we run. It's going to take that little bit extra just to wait. Because, like, this is why I kept saying, this is why he wanted Kane. Harry Kane did not need to be taught to come back to midfield, get the ball, win it, lay it off, go back.
I get that. Yeah, I get that, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what attracted Pep. But you know what? What's happening also? It's also the team, Martin, because there was a time where Haaland went into midfield, right? Better. He took the ball, did a nice pass, and he curved it over to our winger, right? He curves it over to Martin. No, to Martin Maris. Yeah, that's gas. Okay, he curves it over to Maris. I know. Do you know what you're supposed to do in that moment, Martin, as a winger? Haaland has given you the ball and he's making a run. Do you know what you do? You put it in front. You sort of put it in front of him. He runs for it. Guess what? Maris held on and the defense went back. So I think those things will be taught, because I think Haaland has started doing what Pep has taught him. But Haaland is also sitting there. It's like, Pep, you told me to do this, but your guys around me are not reading the runs when I make them. So I think it will take time. See the extra title the stream. Do we bring? Nah, we don't.
Let's stop all this Sterling, Zinchenko, Gabby Jesus stuff. Forget it. Move on.
It's gone. Let's just say goodbye.
Anyway,
we'll move on.
We're going to end now in 5 minutes. Do you want to sit? I mean, what's your front three, Beta? Hand on heart, and then we'll get a score. What you think we're going to do?
You know what? Hearing yours with regards to Grealish, Foden, and Haaland, it didn't really bother me. I thought.
Did you say Foden?
On the right, though. On the right.
He said Foden on the right.
Okay.
Grealish.
Not the
The
left.
reason why it didn't bother
on
me.
the right this year. It's the only time he has cuts.
The reason why it didn't.
Look at Martin. Look at Martin with the lingo. There's Martin with the lingo. Good man.
Is because I think the fact that we play Thursday, we play Sunday. He's got to manage. He's got to manage the front three.
I think Alvarez plays Sunday. That's why I didn't throw him in Thursday.
I can see
Wolves.
Yeah, and again,
I'm not. And the Adama has just come in form, you know. Life.
Yeah, he's been running well. I'm not too crazy about the front three. It could be any type of order. Knowing Pep, it's just if it isn't working.
Do you know what? I don't know why we do these guess the 11s for Pep. You never bloody work.
It literally is.
Right, so you're going win, draw, lose. What you think? We don't do score predictions here in the Mancunian way. We just do win, lose, or draw. Because score predictions are like Pep's 11. Might as well pull them out your ass and guess while you're doing it. Don't work.
It can't be a loss. It can't be.
Come on, say we're gonna win. Come on.
It is I said this versus United. I said it was a must win.
No, stop United. That's gone now.
Because we lost, now it continues to be a must win. This is a must win. I need to exorcise the demons. If you've seen Exorcist, I need an exorcist.
Stop it.
No, I need a result against.
We have to cleanse. We have to cleanse our eyes.
Come on, Pat. Before we wrap up, because I've got 2 very quick points to make before we shoot. Anyone who's asked me about who's going to leave, we're going to do a show on that in the next month or so. So, Anthony, I've not ignored it. We're going to do an actual show on who we think might be in and who we think might be out. FIFA, they're already in the bios for these 2 are already in the description, mate. I've already logged them in.
Thank you very much. Look, for me, my front, to be honest with you, I think Jack has to play. Wow, I never thought I'd say that.
Oh
my God!
Nobody's saying that.
Foden, my boy Foden. Why? Martin, I'm losing my Starboy conversations. But we're losing in Starboy conversations. This Saka, who I talk too much about Saka now. Saka seems to have just come out and pissed off. I think he was pissed off last season. He didn't win Young Player of the Season or something. Okay, look, my front is the same as you, Martin. I think Foden at the right does a very good job. And every time he's at the right, he skins his fullbacks. And it looks like because of his left foot, I think unlike Riyad Mahrez, who cuts in with his left foot, when Foden does it, because I think he's somebody who holds on to the ball in the box. People are so scared to challenge him, because he's unpredictable. So the right-hand side, I don't know, Martin. Remember at the beginning of the season, those rumors that Foden is going to be used at the right-hand side a lot. I don't know what happened with that because he was getting used there and he was skinning players. Let's not forget Jack Grealish, Haaland, and Foden playing as a right winger skinned United badly. So hopefully we see that. So I hope we win. I think it's a win. I'm not going to do the scoreline. I think we win. I'm with Veta. It's a must win. This particular one. I think United was a must. This is a must because I have a hatred for Spurs. I have a hatred for Spurs. My hatred for Spurs, I don't know where it came from, but it's deep.
Spurs are on a bit of a downward trend as well. So tell you what, the one thing you will say about Thursday, somebody's got to give. Someone is going to continue being in the mud because Conte's in a bad spot. Pep's having a bit of a wobble. I think Spurs are in a far worse position personally, and Conte is. So
it's us or them. It's us or them.
Yeah. Someone's going to be Benson Corey's back for Tottenham on Thursday. So that
Kulusevski, Richarlison, all back. The whole squad.
So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. There will be a post-match. It will be late, around about 11-ish, because I've got to get back from the stadium and set the stream up and everything else. So it will be a late one, but we're going to try and get as many people on as we can. We will do a little bit of a Wolves thing as well, because I'm not going to have time to turn around and do a Wolves preview as well. The turnaround won't help for the views and everything. I like to get videos up 2 or 3 days beforehand to give them a chance to breathe and be viewed. So I don't like rushing videos. I want to make sure they're good quality with good guests, good quality guests, and I want to make sure we do it properly for you, because it's your channel. We will also on Thursday talk about Carlos Borges, who don't think played tonight. Don't think he was involved tonight, funnily enough, in the 4-0 win over Brighton. So well done to the youth boys. Good old 4-0 win over Brighton and Hove Albion. And they carry on into the FA Youth Cup. And I do believe they're playing Middlesbrough in the next round. I don't know if that's
who is the kid? Martin, do you know him? I'm going to get his name later. There's a kid with dreads. He ripped everybody apart from midfield. My God, the speed and control of the ball.
I need to go back and watch it. I was on another
stream. This is what I'm trying to say about City Academy. Carlos Borges is leaving. This kid with dreads rips the whole team apart. Another one has just come out. Where City is banking on this, isn't it?
Borges is off to Dortmund. There's more than one reason behind that.
They'll do it.
Yeah, but if you don't know Dortmund, I hear other clubs after him. I hear other clubs after him too.
I think Dortmund are favourites. I think sometimes, Pat, you got to sweeten the pot. You got to drop that little incentive down the road for them.
You got to give something to take something.
Watch him end up at Liverpool now, and I'm going to like a right idiot by the end of this.
Do you know what? Though, in all fairness, I would if I was City, I would be doing this with Dortmund. I would be sweetening the pot with Dortmund multiple times. Because Dortmund will always scout some incredible talent. I would continue this relationship with Dortmund. And you know what? Knowing Dortmund and how we've treated them throughout the years, where we don't do anything bad against them, we do a fair deal with them. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole Jude thing, they start putting him. They told us about another East Coast that nobody knew about. Because we knew about Haaland, nobody did. On the City, we're told. So anyway.
No. Andrew, it won't start till about 11-ish anyway, mate, because I'm the same problem as you. I've got to get back from the ETIHAD, get out the car park, drop my nephews off, get back, set the stream up, set the thumbnail up. And so you're probably looking at 11:15, and I'm hoping. Go and give True City Fan and Vader Games TV a lot of love. The link is in the description below this video. Go and give them a lot of love. Go and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get Vader over that 500 mark. Trying to get Patrick to 2K. Your channel is less than 30 away now from the big 1K. Less than 30. We have had over 100 subscribers in a week, which is amazing. Really.
Wow.
Views have absolutely skyrocketed. We have had over 6,500 views in 4 days. So big thank you to everyone for that. Really, really do appreciate it. We're nearly at 1,000 views on this video. So big thank you to every single person who comes in. It just means it's been shared around. It's been looked after. And it's your channel. Always said this. Not mine, not Aussie's, not Rich. Your channel. The Mancunian way. The way we do it. But big thank you to these boys. Hopefully they can come and join us on Thursday when it's going to be a little bit more.
I'll definitely be here because I think I'm free. I'll definitely.
Please smash the like on the way out. Please drop that subscribe. Adam's in the chat. He might be on doing his Twitter space, Manchester Blue, and also Pitch Points as well. Go and give that a lot of love. And also, I'm in contact with somebody at the minute who I'm going to try and get on for an Arsenal preview.
All right.
Just wait and see. I'm talking at the moment. Just wait and see. No, it's not AFTV. It's another big Arsenal. It's not AFTV.
Is it, what's his name? I hope it's not that other negative one. Whatever his name is.
It's the same neck of the woods as me.
Ah.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
That'll be a good show. That'll be a good show.
I'm going to wind him proper up. No, I'm only no, it's not legal to mate. No. If you want to know, I'm trying at the moment talking with a gal. So we might get a gal on. As soon as I said mate his neck of the wood, he knew who I meant. Before I go, someone did ask. The referee on Thursday is Simon Hooper. The fourth official,
I like him.
Coot, and VAR is Darren England. So there you go.
I like Hooper. I like that ref. It's the board one, isn't the board one? The bit of the big guy. I like him.
Adam, thank you, mate. Let's get Martin Gold becoming a billionaire, and Patrick to buy a wheelbarrow. It is great, guys, and that's what it is. This is the family, and we look after each other. And having Alan, mate, our Patrick, Carl, and get on. We've had Big Steve on. We've had JSGC on. I'm trying to get in touch with other city channels as well to come on. So we're trying. But it's your support that counts. It's your amazing support. But thank you. And we'll see you Thursday for City Tottenham post-match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
Can't wait.
Take care.
Take care, Patrick.
Bye-bye.
See you, man, guys. See you, man. Good night.
All right, man.